Hello, Jonathan, creator of Panzer Attack, here today with the first video to give you a little bit of a background about the game and to also start talking about mechanics like how a turn works and the different phases contained within the turn. In subsequent videos, I'll go into actual gameplay demonstrations to show you how it flows. But to start off, I'll give you the background that for those of you that are completely new to Panzer Attack is a World War II themed card game. It's set on the eastern front of the Second World War, so it's primarily between a German player and a Soviet player, but it also features allies and other forces that participated in the conflict. It is a deck building game that allows you to customize your deck, so you can certainly fit your German or Soviet deck to your play style. So if you happen to be a more offensively minded player, you can build your deck that way, or if you're defensive, you can do that as well. So there's great variation allowed there. It's a low-cost game. I designed it specifically because I wanted something that players didn't feel like they had to constantly buy booster packs in order to expand out the game and hope they might get the cards they want. Panzer Attack is a self-contained game. The core set comes with everything you need to play, and you can certainly, if you choose, buy additional core sets to expand out the number of cards you have, or expansions that add new cards, but there's no type of, I didn't want to plan to have any type of booster system with this game. And with that in mind, it helps keep the cost low because you're getting a core set and just what you want, but what you need to play the game is all self-contained. The game features a variable length. This is determined by the number of territories that you actually utilize during a game. Now, a standard pickup or random game between two players utilizes 8 territories. Now, you can go a few less if you wanted to, or you can go up to much more and do the full Berlin to Moscow scenario, which is over 20 territories, which would give you a significant game length. On average, though, if you do a normal 8-territory pickup game, you're looking at about a 20 to 40-minute play time. Now, it does have I feel, a very high replay value because you have that deep customization and randomization ability to play the game, so it gives you a new experience really every time you play the game, which makes it a lot of fun even past the first few games. It does very much reward strategic thinking. I put this on here as well because like strategic card games like Magic the Gathering, for instance, where they reward you for thinking several steps ahead, several turns ahead. Panzer Attack is very much in that same vein where you do have to think strategically and you have to think ahead, 2-3 more turns in order to achieve a victory. It definitely doesn't, it punishes you for acting haphazardly or randomly and rewards you very much for developing a solid strategic plan. So let's move on and take a look at how a game turn looks. The game turn features 7 different distinct phases for each player, starting off with a draw phase, which if we're playing a pickup game, an 8-territory pickup game, where the players begin by each drafting 4 territories and then laying them out, they will draw their initial hand. Now, if they started a hand without 7 cards, they would draw to make 7 cards. Immediately after that, we go into a movement phase where the current player would move all their eligible troop and unit cards. And then the air attack phase, which air units that are eligible to attack can, if they choose. After that, ground attack units do the same. If they choose, they can attack, or they don't have to. Then we move into a repair phase, which is where any damaged troops or units that are in a territory with a factory that have not attacked during the turn, they can go ahead and turn themselves upright and repair themselves. In Panzer Attack, we signify a damaged unit by being turned on its side. So to repair it, you would just turn it right back up, and it's as good as new. The second to last phase will be the build phase, where you use factory points in your territories. You add them up, and that gives you the pool from which you can build new units. The cost of your unit is going to be in the upper right-hand corner, or the cost of the troop cards, I should say. So that gives you the basis for what you can actually put down. So for instance, if I have two territories in play under my control with factories, one of them has a factory value of 2 and the other has a factory value of 5, or I'm sorry, a factory value of 3, that would give me a total of 5, and I have that many points to spend on cards. This card being a 3-cost card, I could lay it down and then have 2 left over for another troop card if I so chose to do that. The last phase is the discard phase. And in this phase, players can discard as many cards as they choose. So if you had a whole hand of cards that were not useful to you, you could discard them all, and then at the beginning of your next turn, you could draw to make 7 cards. So you can see the flow of each turn is very straightforward and very easy to follow once you play a game or two. And what I'd like to do in the next video is to go ahead and show you, actually demonstrate how a game turn would flow with all the cards in play. So I'll see you in the next video, and we'll go ahead and cover that. Thanks.